Okay, so fine. So let's begin with art. I guess font size is quite big, right? No, it's fine. So okay, so let's have some introduction on it. Okay, introduction on heart. What is heart? How it is made up of? What are the muscles involved in it? What is myogenic? What is neurogenic? What is double circulation? What is single circulation? All these things will be come under the introductory part of the heart. So very basic introduction of heart is that heart is a pumping organ. Okay, when we say pumping, that means it circulates the blood. So it's like a canal system through which the entire blood is being circulated in the body, right? So first point you can say here that it is pumping station, or you can say pumping organ, station or organ that pumps blood. That's the only task of human heart, is to circulate the oxygenated blood to the different parts of the body. Okay. Second part, if you will see the structure of heart, it is made up of muscles called cardiac muscles. So, like we have a different types of muscles in our body, but the heart system, the heart muscles is specialized, and it is only made up of cardiac muscles. So, second point, you can say it is made up of cardiac muscle. Later on, we will see the structure of cardiac muscles, how they look like, right? Next point is there is a two type of heart. Myogenic means when impulse for contraction is generated by a special muscle, that's called myogenic. Okay. And the second type of heart muscles is called neurogenic, means when the brain or nervous system generates the impulse for heartbeat. Got it? So you can say that there is a two type of heart. Okay, we'll write here two type of heart. Okay, so I'm writing first that is myogenic, and second is neurogenic, right? So when we say myogenic, the idea is the impulse for contraction and the relaxation of cardiac muscles is generated by the special muscles. Okay, that's called myogenic. So you can write in one line that when impulse for contraction is generated by a special muscles, right? That muscle is called myogenic muscles. And second is the neurogenic, when the brain and your nervous system, right, they are controlling the activity of the brain. So when we say neurogenic, means your nerves are involved here in the functioning of the heart. So you can say that when the brain or nervous tissue generates the st- stimulus for heartbeat, right? So heart is functioning two way. First is the muscles are regularly being contracted and expanded depending on the pattern of pumping. Second is your nerve system is controlling the heartbeat, means how much it should contract, how many time it should contract, right? Based on that, uh, the circulation of blood is being controlled in the body. That's why it is myogenic. as well as neurogenic. Now, when we talk about circulation, right, then we have a two type of circulatory system. So you can say that on the basis of circulation, also heart can be, let's discuss first, can be single circulatory system, and second is double circulatory system. Or you can say single circulation heart or double circulation heart, right? When we say single circulation heart, when when you can say that it is a single circulation, when the blood passes through the heart only once. So if you have to show the system, suppose this is heart, right? So from the heart the blood is coming out, right, out into the body, and then from body it goes back to the heart. This kind of circulation is called single circulatory system. Okay, one way, going and then coming back. Okay, this kind of circulation is called single circulatory system. In the double circulatory system, you will find that blood is passes through the heart twice, right? So like, just take an example. Suppose this is heart. So first, the blood is coming out from the heart, right, going into lungs, and then from lungs it's coming back to the heart. This is one way. This is one circulation. In the second circulation, from the heart, blood is going out and going to the body, right? And then from body, it's come back to the heart. So this kind of circulation, so you can see here that blood is coming two times to the heart. That is why we call this system as a double circulatory system or double circulation heart. So this is called circulation 1 and this is called circulation 2. The circulation between heart and the lungs is called pulmonary circulation. Do you remember what this circulation called? Heart to the body and then body to back to the heart?
Systemic.
Systemic, yeah. So this is called systemic circulation. Can you tell me the names of the blood vessels? Any idea? From heart
Yes.
to the lungs? Yeah, tell me.
So from the heart to the lungs, you have the pulmonary artery.
Okay, so
Then
this is
from
pulmonary artery. Really?
then the sorry.
Lungs to heart.
Oh wait, heart to lungs is pulmonary artery,
Okay,
and
good.
lungs to heart is pulmonary vein.
Okay, super. What about this? Heart to the body.
Heart to the body is aorta.
Okay, and body to the heart.
You have the superior and inferior vena
So
cava.
commonly we can call vena cava, right?
Hmm.
Simple. Okay, and in this simple circulation, I mean the single circulation also called simple circulation because the blood is going once in a time and then come back to the heart. So on that basis, you can write one line definition of both the circulation. You can say that single circulatory system is when blood passes through the heart only once before being supplied to any body part, right? Example, any idea? Example is fish. Fish is the very basic examples of which shows single circulatory system. And when it comes to double circulatory, you can define by saying that double circulatory system is when blood passes through the heart twice before being supplied to any body part, right? So if you want to give an example, except fish, whatever vertebrates are there, they all have double circulatory system. So you can say amphibians, right? Then you can say reptiles, birds, and mammals, right? So these are few examples which shows double circulatory system, and fish is an example which shows single circulatory system, right? So let's begin with the structure of heart in different vertebrates. Structure of heart in different vertebrates. I'm not going to draw the structure, but I will draw the human heart structure because that is given in your portions, that we have to understand the detailed structure of the heart as per the latest NEET syllabus. Right, so let's begin with the first organism, that is fish, or you can say fishes. Okay, so again, when we talk about fish, the first main point which comes under mind is how many chambers are there. So fish have two chambered heart. Always remember. So they have two chambered heart. Only two is there. One is auricle, another is ventricle. Right. So next point you can say the it has two main chambers. Right. In bracket you can say auricle, auricles and ventricles. And apart from this, there is two supporting chambers. Two supporting chambers. And what are these chambers? These are called sinus venosus. Spelling is sinus. Sinus venosus and conus arteriosus. Conus arteriosus. Right? So apart from the main chambers, they have two supporting chambers also. So this is two main chambers, auricle and ventricle, and the two supporting chambers are sinus venosus and conus arteriosus. Okay. Now the question is through which chamber oxygenated and deoxygenated bloods are coming. So let's try to understand this. So in fish, the heart of the fish receives only deoxygenated blood, right? So there is no oxygenation chamber here, right? That is very unique. So what is happening here? Let me show you a block diagram to explain the process. Suppose this is heart, right? And this is gills, and this is the body part of the fish, right? So from heart, blood goes to gills. And what type of blood is going? That is deoxygenated. Deoxygenated blood. What kind of blood going to the body from the gills? This is oxygenated. Now always remember, gills is not an heart. That is a different thing, right? And then again, from the body, it goes to the heart. So now you can understand that only deoxygenated blood is going to the heart, and the oxygenation process is going in the in the gills. So gills are not a part of the heart, right? They are the separate. So we can say here that uh, that the heart of fishes receives only deoxygenated blood. So it is called venous, also called branchial heart. There is one more name, branchial heart. Right? This is the name. So you can see the blood is moving once to the heart. That is why this circulation is single circulation. So it is a single circulatory system. Right? And this particular diagram shows the pathway of blood circulation. So from heart to the gills, that is deoxygenated. From gills to body is oxygenated, and again from body coming back to heart. And this blood is deoxygenated blood. This is how the blood is moving in the fish. Right? If you want to see the diagram, how it look like, so let me draw a block diagram to explain. So you can understand like this. Okay, so this is, yeah, there is a quite depression here like this. So this particular part, I'm showing the thickness of the heart. Okay, so this is the two chamber. This chamber, the blood, I mean the blood will flow like this. I'm showing the arrow. So blood is coming from these two ways, going to this and then goes to the upper chamber. Now let me write the name. This chamber is called ventricle. Let me write here. This is ventricle. This is auricle. This particular junction is called this one. This particular junction is called sinus venosus. And the top opening is called conus art arteriosus, also called bulbous arteriosus. Right? So there is one more name, bulbus arteriosus. Right? This is there is one more name of this. So this is how the heart system look like. Okay. This is the structure of fish heart, and these are some points about fish heart. Now the second type of heart, let's talk about amphibians. Amphibians have, fish have two, and now amphibians have three-chambered heart, right? So there's quite slight difference in the structure as well. So you can say the first point in this, that it is having three-chambered heart, right? Now the question is how many auricle, how many ventricle? So when we say three-chambered, the meaning is two auricle and one ventricle, right? And this sinus venosus is present here also in the amphibians, but as there is two auricle, here, I mean, in the fish structure, you can see sinus venosus is attached to the auricle, right? Now in the amphibians, you have two auricles. Now the question is to which auricle sinus venosus is attached. So it is attached to the right auricle. So next point you can say that sinus venosus is attached to right ventricle. Let me draw the diagram and sorry, right auricle. So let me draw the structure. We'll try to explain you with the structure. So there is one opening here. This is, it's not going that much deep. So from here you can extend it like this. Yeah. So if we have to differentiate, so there is a slight depression here. Let me draw this part. So depression is like this, and then it comes out like this. Here also, and then comes out like this. Right? So now you can make the walls. Walls are thicker. Here also walls are thicker. Right? So this is if you have to write the label the parts, you can say that this middle one is called tunicus arteriosus, also called bulbous. This one, the top one, conus arteriosus. So there is one more name called truncus arteriosus. This opening through which the blood will go out. This is called left auricle. This chamber is called right auricle. Center one, this one, is called ventricle. So now you can see the structure, how it look like. Now this particular opening is called sinus venosus, right? So this is attached to the right auricle. The second point says the same thing. The third point is you can say that uh, conus arteriosus and ventral aorta is fused to form a common duct which is called truncus arteriosus. See this one, this is the main channel through which the blood will come out. You can see here that conus arteriosus and ventral aorta fuse to form truncus arteriosus. So mixed blood is being circulated to the body parts. There is no oxygenated or deoxygenated till now, right? So you can say that there's a mixed blood is moving. Mixed blood is circulated. We'll see how it is getting oxygenated. Mixed blood is circulated to the body parts. Such heart is called, there is a term called here, arteriovenous heart. When there is no separation of the blood, there's a mixed type of blood is moving. So that kind of circulation or that kind of heart which have a mixed blood circulation, we call them arteriovenous heart. Also, you can say that this heart shows incomplete double circulation. In a simple word, last point, that heart shows incomplete double circulation. So this is how the blood is being circulated in the amphibians. Okay. Let's talk about the third. Third is reptiles. Reptiles. Now in reptiles, you will find sorry, four circulatory system. Means there are four chambered heart. So in the fish there was two. In the amphibians there is three, and in reptiles there is four. So as simple as that. Now the structure of heart will also getting complicated as we will move ahead. So reptiles have four chambered heart. So their structure is quite similar to the human heart. Okay, not 100%, but the model is as it is. Now the example is where you can find the four chambered heart. The four chambered heart is found in crocodile, then alligators, and gavialis. Gavialis. So these three organisms have a four chambered heart. But in other reptiles, there is a, the septum. Septum is the center of the heart, which divides the heart into two half. That's called septum. So if I have to draw the structure of heart, so let me draw. Suppose this is, um, let me draw a simple diagram. There is a thin separation is going on, but this separation is not fully present like this. So you can say it is partially present, right? So this is circulation. Now let me draw some other parts. Right. So this is interventricular septum, which is partially present here. Let me label the parts now. This one. This is interventricular septum, which is incomplete. It is not complete here. It should be touching the upper part, means the entire heart will divide into two parts, auricle and the ventricle part. I mean right side and the left side, right? This particular, the lower part is called ventricle, right? This is left auricle, this is right auricle, and this is pulmonary arc, right? So this is how the structure look like. So in the next point, you can say that septum is not fully developed in the reptiles. Now the third point, in all other reptiles, interventricular septum is not fully formed. It is incomplete. You can write here incomplete. Can you find sinus venosus? No, it is absent here. So you can say that sinus venosus is reduced. Even it is present, it is very quite uh, less. So this junction, this particular midpoint is called sinus venosus. Now here it is highly reduced. Next point, you can say that heart is arteriovenous, means when mixed blood is being supplied, and they have also incomplete double circulation. Again, here also you can see there is no separation of the heart. So you can't say that oxygenated blood is flowing separately and deoxygenated blood is flowing separately. You can't say this. That is why this particular heart is, you can say here, that heart is arteriovenous. In bracket, you can say when mixed blood is supplied. And it also show incomplete double circulation. Because again, if it is a complete, then you will find that in the two different body parts, blood is flowing separately. But there is no such thing here. So now the question is what about um, conus arteriosus, the top one? So here in this case, in the case of reptiles, I will write here that conus arteriosus has now been divided into three branches. So this is one, this is two, and there is one more behind like this. This is the third. All the three branches are actually formed by further modification of conus arteriosus, also called truncus arteriosus, has now been divided into three separate channels, or you can say three branches, better word, branches. One is pulmonary arc, which you can see here. One is pulmonary arc, and the two are systemic arc. And two systemic. Why it is arc? Because it is an arc-like appearance. It will further get curved. That is why the name is based on this. Fine. Any questions so far till till the reptile?
No, sir.
It's quite simple, right? Now the complicated structure will come tomorrow. Okay, we'll stop here, and in the next lesson we'll continue with the bird and the mammals, and we'll see the detailed structure of human heart, how it look like, what are the parts, how many types of uh, chambers are there, how many types of uh, blood vessels and the nerve vessels are there, nerve cells are there. All these things will be covered in the tomorrow's lesson. Okay, so
Okay, sir.
So that's it. Fine. See you then tomorrow.